Much stress. Somebody might say, has this girl gone mad? When I use my cell phone, I don't feel any stress. Instead, I feel happiness. Yes, when you use your cell phone, you might feel a boost of dopamine in your brain. But this dopamine is not permanent. Instead, for the long run, it causes more stress and it causes you to become more lazy and it causes you to procrastinate things. Let me suppose that you got an assignment due Sunday on a Thursday. It's just Thursday, I'm gonna do it on Saturday. Anyways, I can finish it in 2 hours. What? It's 7 a.m. I'm just gonna finish my assignment after I eat my lunch. It's 12:45, just 15 minutes more. It's 1:15. I'm just gonna start my assignment in the evening when it's cool and I'm just gonna, finish it in a few minutes. What? It's already 9 p.m. How am I gonna finish my assignment? My teacher's gonna kill me. This happens, right? So, coming back to my point. When this kind of stress is left unmanaged, when this kind of stress is not addressed properly, this kind of stress can cause severe and huge consequences to the adolescent's physical as well as mental well-being. It can cause physical symptoms such as headache, stomachache, hair loss, severe weight gain or loss, acne breakout, and much more. While it can cause mental symptoms such as anxiety, worry, and tension. Studies show that 39.1% of adolescents face anxiety disorder. Seeing that there are 1.4 billion adolescents in the whole world, this is a huge number that we're dealing with. Similarly, stress is also often linked with the development of depression. Yes, the severe mental issue that not even adults should face is faced by adolescents in such a critical and young age. Depression is a huge mental issue that they are dealing with. And the rates of depression is 11%, with the rates doubling for boys and tripling for girls between the 6th and 10th grade. So, this kind of stress, anxiety and depression can also be often linked with the unhealthy coping strategies. Unhealthy coping strategies may include things like drug abuse, disordered eating or disordered sleeping, self-harm such as cutting themselves, isolation from their loved ones, and much more. These kind of unhealthy coping strategies not only harm themselves but also the ones around them. Instead of these coping strategies, they can use other healthy coping strategies such as meditation. Meditation just helps you gather all of your thoughts and stay peaceful. Similarly, you could also try doing yoga or exercise. Yoga and exercise is proven to fill your brain with endorphins, which are the brain's feel-good chemicals. These chemicals calm you down and make you more happy. You could also try getting enough sleep. When you're sleep deprived, you're frustrated, you're angry, you're tired, you can't focus, you lose concentration and so much more. So, to avoid these all, just get enough sleep. In a nutshell, teenage is a critical yet challenging and informative part of life. By addressing the stress that comes along with this critical phase, we as a community can grow. And with an individual, school-based and community-wide efforts, we can empower them with proper coping strategies and we can encourage them to thrive. Thank you all for giving me your most valuable time and listening to me. I'd like to thank my school, Ekalavya Shiksha Sadan, and FECA for giving me this golden opportunity to present my speech in front of all these wonderful individuals. Thank you all.